taken from 10,000 years, transliterating, all right, to a language, modern English, that's only 500 years old. You're taking ancient thought and ancient concept, and you're reading in a book that's only of a language that's only 500 years old.
Islam. So in the study of Islam, the whole word should be abandoned.
Say again?
In the study of Islam, the whole word should be abandoned.
It's the whole word.
It's the word father shouldn't even be uttered.
Well, the father is a modern English word.
I understand.
No, that word, that pronunciation, that form did not exist. You know, keep that in mind. The form. You can transliterate it, but the form, this form, like you said, studying Islam, well, you wouldn't use this word. You saw Arabic. You talking about? You said what language? You said Islam. What language?
So I think
What language though?
study of Islam.
But what language? You're not. What language? Islam is not a language.
No.
Arabic.
Arabic.
I know what I'm saying, but it's written in a language. Whatever you study, whatever material, whatever book you're going to read, newspaper, publication, magazine, what language is it written in? That's my point. We need to be clear that there are mistranslations. And all we know is modern English. We're at the mercy, using the word connotatively, we're at the mercy of those quote-unquote scholars. Because all we know is modern English. I said modern, I didn't say English. I said modern English. We don't know middle English. Well, let's talk Old English. We can't even read Old English. Well, at least you'll get you get more substance in Old English. Because that's what, over 1,000 years old. You know, Old English is 16, actually from 400 to 1100. The Old English is 1,600 years old. So if you study Old English, you'll be further along than somebody studying modern English. Because at least you're getting the concept of idea of 1,600 years ago. You're looking at modern English, and then even in modern English, you have connotated meanings upon connotated meanings. So in modern English, no, we're still in modern English. All right? So you're looking at 500 years ago, the word was given another one connotated meaning. 400 years ago, another set of connotated meanings. 300 years ago, another set of connotated meanings. 200 years ago, another set of connotated meanings. 100 years ago, another set of connotated meanings. 50 years ago, 25 years ago. So now we're looking at modern English and look at the connotated meanings that were given to words in modern English. This is what I'm talking about thinking. As we are reading, this needs to be part of our mindset. This is Bible study, more science. Yes, Mary.
Can I just say that I'm running along that we need to always remember that our so-called mother tongue was willfully and violently removed from us for a reason. It's just, oh well, I want y'all to speak my language. It's so that you won't get your origins from your mother tongue.
That's a good point.
I was supposed to look up some of these words of Schreiner, and basically in there it's saying what you're saying about the English, Old English and modern English. But see, I was trying to divide Arabic is spoken in Pakistan, even Koreans speak. And I was trying to figure out how did Arabic get into the Korean side where they're speaking Arabic in Korean.
Arabic is in English, like alchemy.
Yeah. It's that, yes.
Algorithm.
Yes. She's
It's
right. Algorithm,
here.
alchemy, yes. That's the Arabic word. Right. And the Arabic form for the eel is AL. This is Hebrew, this is Arabic. Alright? And then we can transliterate this to Egyptian.
That's right.
So we were stuck in a modern, very modern translation and transliteration. Our frame of reference is modern English. That's it.
Right.
That's it. We develop questions. based on modern English translations.
And since that being the case, it wouldn't be good for us to study Moorish Latin or Latin and Latin. Same thing.
Would it be good?
Yes.
Oh, yes, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, to study it.
Yes.
To get
Yes.
back to connect and go back to the mother tongue.
It could at least get you back, closer to it. I mean, it'll definitely supersede modern English. No doubt. Yes. It'll supersede modern English. If someone knew Latin, they would be, further along. Because the Latin will connect them to, because they will have the structure down for inflective languages. It will connect them to Greek. All right? They will be able to comprehend Greek. They will be at least be further along than someone who doesn't know Latin. All right?
Okay, I have a question. What is the mother language and what is the language that rules and call law? How would you say all around creative?
What language? We spoke Sanskrit, Egyptian language. I mean, that's not one language that I would say was this.
One of the
Sanskrit, Egyptian. Sanskrit, use those two. Amharic. All right? Those languages are thousands of years old. So I'm not going to say one language. I have a sister who called me just before we started who teaches Sanskrit and Chinese. I'm going to bring her here to Philly. I met her in Baltimore 3 weeks ago. When you say our Creator, what is the? All right, see, you're new, so I got you're new. Yeah, you're new, so I got that's why I had to stop. Because I was going to ask her what's the referent, but she doesn't know what that is. That's unfair. So I can't ask you that question. I can teach you. Yeah, you wouldn't even know how to answer it. This is how I teach my brothers and sisters. I teach by principles. We're going to look at denotation. Because for me, just to give answers and not teach the principles, you still don't know it. You got to teach the principles. Alright? Note, mark, indicate, signify. I want you to go back to Baltimore with something, substance. God, word, object, or referent. All right, I don't want us to get in the habit of just substituting another word. If I ask you, what's your Creator? Then you'll give me another general word, and then another general word, then another general word. But what I want is the referent. I'm telling you. All right. The thought. Before I speak this word that denotes that object, the word that denotes this object, I first think it. All right? And there's a word for this object. It's called chair. All right? So chair is the word. The word is chair. I'll say, what is the referent? Point to it. All right? Chair. Or that's your denotation. All right? The word chair denotes this object. Now my question to you is, what does the word Creator denote? Say again?
God.
What does the word God denote?
Universe.
All right. All right, so you said first you said the word chair denotes God.
No.
The word Creator denotes God. Now what is God? Supreme Mother? He was stumbling, man. He was fishing. He was trying to give me the right answer, but
Mother.
I wanted. Would you have said Mother after, before you met me today? Before?
I've always been born with God. Always, I was told that by Dr. Angel.
All right, good. All right. So the word God denotes mother. All right. So when I say God,
Mother.
that's what you see. All right. So you can point to yourself.
Right.
That's what you point to yourself. All right. Well, most people don't do that. They'll say conscious Moors have substituted this word. All right, so they don't want to say God no more. I don't want to say God no more. You know what I mean? Let me just use another word. All right. Or they'll say, let's use this word. All right. I don't want to use God no more. So another word, God means Allah. But what does it denote?
Universal law.
What does it denote though? We talk about how the masses, those who come into Moorish consciousness, all right, they don't want to use this word anymore. All right? So they'll use this word as a substitute. They're substituting this word God to word Allah. But there's still no referent though. They're no better off now than they were before. And then some will say creator. They're no better off now than they were before. All they're doing is just substituting another word. And Jehovah and Yahweh and Elohim. They're just substituting. We don't want to get in the mindset. We don't want to have the mindset of substituting. We want to know the substance. What does the word mean? What is the object? What is the referent? Chair. So you say God, and you say woman. So then that's a stand that gives me a referent. So I look at you, then we can study your anatomy, study your physiology. All right. So that's a study. All right? At least I have a referent. All right, as opposed to saying, the Almighty, the Everlasting, the Supreme Being, Jehovah, Yahweh. What are you really saying? See how we've been trained? Not taught, trained? We ain't trained. We're not taught to think. We're trained. Yes.
These creators are more descriptive than saying what God does create.
Creator is descriptive.
Creator is more descriptive than God and Allah.
Well, this is a noun. This is the suffix, means a suffix of agent. Means one who makes. Translated, one who makes. Creator. So this word is not a description, not an adjective. It's a noun. So this identifies. This word identifies. And
Something is created.
Yes, it identifies someone, an agent who creates.
Right.
Identifies an agent who creates or makes. All right, and
It's still not specific.
this is a creator right here. Creator right here.
Right.
It's creator.
Generally, that's right.
Creator right there. Creator right there. Creator right there. Creator. See, women have not been. We've been. All right, and you also create with your mind. You create with your mind. So when I'm pointing to women, I'm talking about creating with the womb and also creating atmosphere. Because you have 13 women in a circle, and they all their menstrual cycles begin to vibrate as one. Okay, so are we clear on this lesson of denotation. All right, what does the word mark? What does it signify? All right, so we don't want to get in the habit of just substituting words now without a clear referent, without a clear mark. All right, so you can't point to it. All right, you can't use scientific. Use science. All right, we're looking at science. Is it the principle of study? All right, so let's look at the word spirit. The word spirit. What does this word? What does this word denote? What does this word denote? Let's go back to this. All right, when we get lost, let's go back to the lesson. That's all. I'm not going to lose you. All right, so when I say what does the word denote, let's go back to the lesson. Go back to the word denote. It means to mark, indicate, signify. All right, so we have the word, the start. We have the word is spirit. And then what is the object? Or what does it refer to? What does it refer?
Man.
You say man?
That's what y'all, that's what you had on with woman,
No, I didn't have that on there. Oh, man is spirit. Yes, man is spirit. Now what does spirit mean? Right. The statement is correct. Man is spirit. Fine. Now let's go further. We talked about energy. I want to put the word, we gave you the word energy, infinite, and breath. Energy, infinite, and breath. And they're all correct. But the word breath, the word spirit means breath. Now I'm asking you, what is the etymology of the word? It's only one word. It's breath. Which connects to the word, which is energy. Alright? This has a form of energy. Breath has a form of energy. Alright? And energy is infinite. So they're all correct. Man is spirit, man is energy, man is infinite, and man is breath. So let's take it a step further. Let's take it to the science, more science. Let's take it to the scientific analysis.
I want to see what I'm saying. So if we take it to that denotation process, and you say spirit is the word,
Spirit is the word.
then and spirit means you said that the only when you break it down to
It's etymology, yes.
then there's only one word.
It's
And
breath.
it means breath.
Yes, we need yes.
So is breath what we're talking about when we say object, which is what we're referring
Yes.
to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Breath. And then that can be studied.
Okay.
Breath can be studied.
Okay.
That can be studied scientifically.
Okay.
All right. So we're looking at breath. All right, that's Bible study, y'all. All right, we're looking at the respiratory system. Right. Now, why is the word spirit so predominant? Why is it so predominant in the Bible? Why spirit? Why? What does it really connect us to? All right? Why is it so predominant? Let's go back to the yoga lessons. The Science of Breath is one of the books, one of the 13 books called The Science of Breath. And what does breathing do? Why is breathing connected to mentalism? This word and this word are connected. Let's show the relationships between these words. All right? It's etymology. Inspired is a cognate. All right, inspired has the same root word. Inspire has the same root word. This is the respiratory system. All right, looking at one of the systems of the body. All right, so we're looking at, this is Bible study. We're looking at physiology, one of the systems of the body. All right, so we're looking at breath here. And a process of invocation, of invoke. So now, how do we learn to invoke thought? How do we connect ourselves back to our ancient foremothers and forefathers? One, through the science of breathing. As you begin to learn to breathe properly, you send more oxygen to the brain. And by sending more oxygen to the brain, you activate the higher brain senses. This is word breath. All right? We're looking at the respiratory system. This is more science. So we're just merely saying the word spirit is not the power, brothers and sisters. At all. The knowledge of the word is the power. Just saying the word. Spirit. We got to get beyond that. We have to get to more science. Not just the term more science. The term. Not when people say more science. More science.
Science, application.
The application of more science. How do we apply more science to bring about a positive economic, political, social, and cultural change in our community?
That's what I'm talking about.
Is that what it's about?
That's what
Or just beating our chest saying more science?
that's what you're saying.
I mean,
That's how it's
how's that, does that change the community?
What you just said, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're right, but the vibrations of that is being broken to where our breath and our knowledge is being distorted. So even though we try to push that, there's so many other realms, distractions that are put into place to break that.
Connotative meanings. That's what's doing it.
And killing the brain.
You're not invoking the right thought. That's what it is. You're not invoking the right thought.
But even though
So even though you're saying the word God, remember God is invocation. It's an action. God is not a being. It's what you, the beings, do.
But you have to be willing to eject it as far as accepting it, to wake up to know it, right? Because I could say this all day long and walk out the door and forget everything you said. But if I'm going to teach somebody or tell somebody, don't I have to try to wake them up so they accept it? Because people are sponges. So the more water you put in them, the more their mind expands.
This is why we have these classes.
Understand?
This is why I'm standing here. That's why I'm here.
I understand.
Absolutely.
But I'm just trying to say, for me, going out, I understand that. But for me, going out and talking to another brother and explaining to get him not to fall asleep on me while I'm explaining this to him is what I'm trying to say.
Oh,
You know?
see,
You see what I'm saying?
let me say this, brother. I've been dealing with this quite some time. Not many people will draw a conclusion by talking to one person. Remember, there's millions of us out here, millions. You talk to one person, and you're talking to them about more science, and they're not interested. You'll get discouraged and say, man, our people don't want this. One person? Out of millions? One out of millions? You draw the conclusion that that our people are not interested merely by talking to one person out of millions. That is so illogical. That is absolutely illogical. So I said that to say this.
I understand what you mean.
Don't get frustrated.
I know exactly what you're
That's
talking
okay.
about. Just because the one, that don't mean the next one
But I
will
know
pick it
people
up.
who do that.
Or the next one will pick it
I'm
up.
telling you. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
I got you.
Because they get frustrated because they they're excited. What it is that they get discouraged because they're excited about what they've learned and they want to share it. And to a family member, loved one, a friend, co-worker, and that co-worker may have said something to turn them off. Because remember, they're neophytes in the consciousness. You know, they're all excited, like, oh, I can relate to that. All right? I can relate to that. Right? But it's been some time. And that's all that is. All right? But that shouldn't be an issue with you because you've been coming for a while. All right?
So then what you're saying is that learning etymology allows us to empower ourselves so that we can then invoke the power of the true meaning of these words.
That's what I'm saying.
Back to the origin.
That's what I'm saying.
Where the power is.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
What are you saying? I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
Say, he didn't hear me.
I'm saying that
Just turn around so he can
I'm
hear me.
saying studying etymology allows us to empower ourselves to be able to use the power of the true meaning of these words because we're going back to the original origin as we use them
Right.
in ancient times.
You don't need me to say anything else because that's great. That's great. All right? And I'm getting across to you. Good. Good. All right. Let's look at the, this is my favorite, man. I love this word, man. This is one of my favorites. God is one, I would say God is my favorite.
One question.
That's right. But that's so powerful. That's so powerful.
Is there a book of etymology, a word that you would recommend for us to?
Yes. Zodiacus gave me a list. She said she has a list of 8 etymological dictionaries. She gave me one. I've got it up. I think it's Hancock Bible. Hancock. I think it's Hancock Bible Dictionary. These are etymological Bible dictionaries. So there are etymological Bible dictionaries. Zodiacus said that she oh, this is one too, and I have this is you have the concise. Because I have this too, but I have the bigger one. Yeah, this is titled A Concise Etymological Dictionary of English Language.
When you say concise,
It's
Just small.
small.
oh,
Condensed.
It's small.
condensed.
Yes. It's not. I have a reference point.
It don't have everything.
See, once you have a reference point, you see this. This is really concise.
Oh, okay.
I mean, this is.
Okay, back to who wrote the Europeans wrote that, right? That's
Yes.
their definition.
No.
It's not their definition, even though they wrote the book.
It's not the definition. I comprehend the question. I comprehend the question. Alright. Let me show you. The Hancock Bible Dictionary. I love the question. How many times? Over 100 times. Over 100 times. So.
The science, 1, 2, 3, right? And you got to take
No, it's not. That's not their definition.
No, I understand where the comes from.
Alright.
Until we choose science, what we do in the same result.
Have you seen my other one? I'm going to show you my other one. Compare. Yeah, it's a bigger one, and the definitions are more extensive. All right, they give you more extensive transliteration, meaning, more words. Yeah, that's concise. I want to show you so you can see for yourself. It's more important that she sees for herself than my just telling her. She can set a comparison. That's all right. All right. There's a dictionary called American Heritage Dictionary. Some of you have these. Oh, I saw the book. Who has it? Oh, there we go. Oh, we got two of them. Let's show both. All right. I saw this book. I saw this book. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, one is older. This is older. All right. It's the American Heritage Dictionary of the English language. All right. And I'm going to show you how to use this. And in the back of the book, see, this is not their meanings. When you talk about etymology, it's the Indo-European roots in the back. I'm going to explain that. Indo-European roots in the back. So let's say we go to the word, look up the word state. Look up the word state. I'll show you how to use this dictionary. Look into the etymological brackets. Alright? Gives you the meaning, stand, C, S, T, A. That's in this is in bold-faced print. CSTA, bold-faced print. Alright, go to the back and look up STA. And what it does, it gives you Greek form, Latin form, Old English, Old Norse. It gives you different forms. Alright? As stead, as an instead. Alright? That's English. Alright? Just different form. You get that here. Now, that's not theirs. They're doing is transliterating, all right? Going to give you the meaning, and this meaning, you already have this one. Indo-European root. I'll show you. Indo-European. You're going to take that too. Hindus. Right? The word Indus, Indo is Hindus. Alright? So this process of removing the aspirate. The H is the aspirate. So they remove the aspirate, alright? That process is called silosis. They remove the aspirate. And there's also aphoresis. Remove the initial sound or letter at the beginning of a word. But when it's an H or an aspirate, it's called silosis. So when it's an H or an aspirate removed at the beginning of a letter, a word, it's called silosis. And we'll put here the process of removing the initial sound or letter at the beginning of a word is called aphoresis. Right, so this Indo-European, Queen Europa, Queen Phoenician princes, Phoenician princes, or Princess Europa, Phoenician princes. So that word applies to us. So if we got Indo-European, and this whole term applies to us. So we don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. All right, because this is a Phoenician princess, Princess Europa. But most of us not knowing the origin, we apply, we throw the baby out with the bathwater. So I'm showing you that this applies to us, both of these terms. All right. I showed you the word. Now let me get to the word. Show you this word here. So So he show you that this is not their meaning. This word here, Christ. Now, their meaning is this. This is their meaning. They're being the conquerors. So male, born on the cross, lived 2,000 years ago. That's their meaning. That's their meaning. That's their connotative meaning, our word that they created to bury or distort the origin of the meaning of this word. The origin of the meaning of this word is not their meaning. They didn't create the origin and meaning of the word. What they're doing is they study the origin of it for the power.
Right.
But they didn't create the origin. Now this word comes from the Sanskrit word Krishna. Alright? So say shine, burn. And do you see why this word Christ refers to this word? I'm not done.
Okay.
Now that's fine. But they don't give you this.
They don't.
You think you locked into this.
Right.
Male who lived 2,000 years ago. That's in your mind. Male who lived 2,000 years ago. It doesn't mean that. That's their. Say again. Meaning.
Right.
This is
Now,
ours.
right.
They know this. They give you this. So the sun doesn't turn sunshine,
Right.
burns,
Right.
isn't it bright? Well, that's it. That's Christ. Christ. And Christ is still, Christ is burning out there. Man, Christ is shining. All right, and I know, but I want you to focus on that the reason why this means that, it refers to that, they apply this word because this word means shine, burn.
And they try to steal you away from the sun because I've always, you praise and things.
You always praise the sun, Rob.
And I'm going to tell you why.
And they try to steal you away from it.
Now why?
They try to steal you away from
Because they trickery, it's all trickery.
Now, here we go. Now, if you look at this, Christ, when you burn something, you burn paper, it turns into what?
Change qualities, change matter.
What is contained in ashes?
Carbon.
Carbon.
Our melanin is carbon based.
Yeah.
I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. I'm showing you through etymology that we're Christians.
Christian associates with Christ.
And what they've done, their meaning,
That's gonna take me a while to get
hey, I'm going to teach you. I can't. My thing is, see, I don't get caught up with, well, they're not going to understand that. They're going to take them a while. Just teach it.
Right.
Now, I'm going to let y'all worry about that. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to teach. It'll take you a year. Hey. But kids, at least you have a solid foundation to which to develop. Even if it takes you a year to accept it. And that's fine.
the seed is already planted.
That's the point. Because what I did, what you're doing now is this. You're not this, you're doing this. You're not that, you're doing this. It's not a being, it's a doing. Mentalism. So this is what you're doing right now. Right now. You're doing that right now. you're activating the cellular memory right now. That's what you're doing. You're activating the cellular memory. All right? And that process, this is the process. And I know we used to using this at the now. You know,
Right.
God, praise it, you know, that's improper.
You're saying the term God is to invoke.
Yes, that's what she's doing now.
But isn't your essence thought?
Alright. So why does that, I'm trying to make the connection.
Invoking is thought.
Let me erase this. I love the questions. I love the questions. Continue asking questions. T, well, it's also TH to T. I'm not done. Need some more. We need some more.
Is there Zeus in it?
Yes, I know. There you go. Wow, look at that. Hey, y'all beat me to the punch. Here we go, beat me to the punch. Here we go, Zeus. D-E-U-S. All right, divine. All right. Come on. Tuesday. Tuesday. There you go. Tuesday. All right. All right. Thought. Ask the question again, brother. See what etymology does? Now you see what it should be? This is not a being. That's not a being. The Jews, that's wrong, false. So you say the Jews, you're already off. If you say the Jews, you're already off. If this word connects to that, and all the other ones, is what we do, this is what we do. This is doing. Mental. Listen. This is what you're doing now. You're doing this. You're doing this. You will develop with the proper information. I'm not even worried about the time, sister. My mom just teaching. Year 2, 3, I don't get close with that.
This is warfare. Yeah, that's about.
Oh, I mean that. I know that.
You mess your whole state of existence. That's what they're doing.
Follow the word. But it's important that y'all recognize that. I can tell y'all that, but you come to recognize that it's more powerful. Just let this soak in a little bit. Any questions? Did I answer?
Thought then is also spirit.
Thought.
Spirit.
Is thought superior?
It's thought spirit.
Spirit.
Oh, spirit. Oh, thought spirit. Can someone answer that for him, y'all? I can answer it, but I would like Because someone, he says thought, the question is thought, spirit.
The spirit invokes love.
Wow, we got it. Now, etymology. And we talked about breathing, how it activates the higher senses of the brain.
Right.
There's a connection. See how these words are interconnected? Word science, as opposed to saying the word spirit, God, Jehovah, Allah, Jew. There's no power in that. I said, what's the power? There's no power. The power is in the etymology of it. That you begin to activate the power. You already know now. This is how you connect to the ancestors. DNA. I'm going to connect to the ancestors. Pour libation. What's the power in that? We just do things traditionally, you know, but what's the power though? Pour libation, what does that do though? What does that activate? How does that improve the conditions? Somebody will say, well, does this? Well, I gotta see it then. All right, let me see the results of it. We just buy anything. What's the results of it? Well, you know, you pour libation, you know what I mean, and then you connect with the ancestors and it gives us good prosperity. Well, we still suffer. 20 years from now, pour libation gets us to there. 50 years from now, pour libation gets us 100. We still do the same thing.
It's
like,
going to be
and you,
invoking the spirits of the ancestors.
sister,
It's the ritual.
what I'm saying is,
It's the ritual.
if we're invoking the spirit of the ancestors, calling on them,
Right.
how has that improved our conditions? That's all I'm saying. We just, it's no different than a pastor saying something to you. You know, because you didn't pray hard enough. You didn't give enough time. It's always something.
Same thing.
It's when you didn't pour the libation right. You know, you didn't pour, you know, you gotta do it every day. You gotta spit it on your head, you know, and pour it. I know I'm exaggerating, man, but I'm just trying to make a point, y'all. That's all. I'm just trying to make a point. I'm not belittling anything. I'm just trying to make a point. We've been sold a bill of beans. I want a better life for my daughter. I want a better life for them.
Drive it home.
And I'm not buying that BS.
Drive it. Tell them.
I'm not buying that. They criticize you, criticize me. I ain't buying that.
You right on point, brother.
I'm not buying that.
I'm with you.
I know, so I know. Come on, she gonna cut me down. Cut me down, that's fine. Hey, but hey.
The essence of what has just been said is you want to be mindful of your thoughts all the time. You are not successful because your thoughts are not successful. You think for a moment and then you think more against what you just had in the moment. You must be mindful of your thoughts all the time. If you want to study something, study your thoughts. Sit one time, go in one day, take 1 hour and observe the thoughts you have. You will then know what your blockages are. You will know what your hindrances are. You will know what keeps you in bondage. It's your thoughts. What you feed. The thoughts that you continue
Keep
to
talking.
have
Move to the bathroom. Keep talking.
and give energy to is what will manifest. It doesn't matter what your verbal saying is. It's what you really deep down feel, what you're really thinking. And if you want to know, you play a number. It don't hit. You know why? Because deep down, you said, I'm not going to hit. That's your thoughts. What's important is your breath. Your breath, your thoughts. That's where the kids will put too much focus on what they are doing. Nobody doing anything but you. You and your thoughts. The ones that you don't think nobody else know that you're having is the ones you won't pay attention to. The ones that you wouldn't want nobody to know that you're having is the ones that you want to correct. It's your thoughts. It's not outside of you. It is inside of you. And when you get that, this will be over. When you get that, it's your thoughts, not someone else's. It's your ritual, not someone else's. It's your behavior, your patterns, not someone else's, that causes you to have an issue. Then you will be the winner. Then you will be victorious. It's your thoughts, your breath. Are you breathing? Have you observed your thoughts in the last minute?
Maybe we all did.
Trust you have.
That's why we can't think that.
Oh, yes, you can. See, that's not true. You can't.
That's a
You
man.
absolutely can think correctly. But you have to be observant of what it is that you're thinking. We are not these vehicles that we see. You're not looking at you. You're not looking at me. You're looking at my vehicle. You're not looking at the essence of me. When you want to see the essence of me, look like that cold day and step outside the door. That's you. You understand? So that's what's going on up in here. Everything has been written. What you give energy to will grow. Whatever you put your thoughts on is what you will get in your space, is what you manifest. You're not going to get beyond that. Until you get that, this stuff just keeps on growing because you keep feeding it. I'll use the analogy like a cat. I have that same situation right now. You take a cat that follows you home. You don't let it in, but you decide to feed it. The next day, that cat will follow you home again, and you feed it. The next day you come home, the cat will follow you home, and you feed it. The fourth day you come home, you don't see the cat. Where's the cat? Cat sitting up on your doorstep waiting on you, wonder why it took you so long to get in, so you can feed it. All right? So then you decide, all right, I'm tired of feeding this cat, because every time I turn around, it's yowling at me. I step out the door, it's yowling at me to feed it. This is your thoughts that you've been feeding. You decide, all right, I'm not feeding this cat anymore. So you come home, cat sitting on your doorstep, waiting for you, waiting to be fed. You don't feed it. I'm gonna finish it right this. You don't feed it. It stays. The next day, you don't feed it. Eventually, 2 or 3 days later, the cat's gone when you come home. Where's the cat? You don't feed it, it's not gonna stay. If you don't feed the fire, it will go out. Watch your own thoughts. What it is you think. I just went through a situation with a healing situation. I had to fight with myself to keep my thoughts correct and not be concerned about the situation itself and all of the distractive things that could have caused me to think that it wasn't going to be resolved. I had to work with myself. I had to pay attention to what I was thinking, what I was feeling. And that's where it is. It doesn't matter what somebody else says. It is what you relate to what was said. If you find any truth in it, then you want to examine that. When you're talking to people, if they're ready to hear, if that signal is there, if you are their stimulus, they will listen. If you're not, it's all right. You drop it and move on. The thing is, are you living it? Are you in faith with it? And faith meaning, are you knowing it? And the only way you won't know it is to experience it. Everything else is a belief. We work on belief, hearsay, and conjecture. Very little knowing is being worked on. Let's work on the knowing. If you talk what you know, it won't be a whole lot of talking going on. Because you're working on what you know. Done.
Love. any questions? Comments?
Sit up. Well, questions, comments?
I was reading this particular book, and it's speaking about Noble Ali when he's addressing the Moors about social and economic progress. Why haven't we reached that economic progress? The economic was what we were there.
Talk about that in Message to America. Message to America. That's the title of the article, Message to America.
Right.
Why haven't we reached that?
Right. Why? Just like this election, they talked about how much revenue was generated for these politicians to do something. $240 million. How come?
I mean, all right, I can't get the question.
That will take you off
Okay.
this, because I got to go into the sellout. I mean, you got it. I mean, it's not, I can't answer that in 30 seconds. I mean, have to go through the process. I mean, sister, yeah, I just want to be logical about it, because I couldn't answer in 30 seconds.
And,
Yeah.
and you don't know that. That's what you read. That don't make it true. You're believing what you read.
So-
But you don't know whether or not that's true or not. That's another thing. You take and whatever you read, you make it be law.
Well,
Not necessarily.
not necessarily that amount. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the condition. I'm talking about the condition of the Moors today.
The more are in the state that they're in because of that thought process.
Right, I understand that.
There you go. So we get out of that, there you go.
He's next. He can't say that. And you're next.
Talk about science. I want to say they talk about physics. And we talk about matter and energy. And you talk about ancestors. Right? So once upon, let me say another time, let me say ancestors was alive, they had thought. Right? They had breath. So when they died, which means it went somewhere as energy. Right? It just disappeared off the earth.
Yeah, you use the word die. That's, yeah, you said you were
Alright,
saying energy. It's almost, you talk in physics and you use the word die. It's a contradiction.
Right.
You don't die.
You know what I'm saying?
Never die.
We leave the flesh.
You're talking physics now. That's what you're saying. You're talking physics.
I'm not talking physics. I'm just trying to
I thought you said physics.
No, I trying to explain something. If you want to finish,
Nah.
you can.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
can teach.
Yes, go ahead.
Right? So it means it went somewhere and the atmospheric thoughts remain because of vibration.
Yes.
It's a rush.
Yes.
And you know, is really ancestors. Because through the mother, you have the genes, the cell, the DNA. Okay? So I believe, not believe, but in a fact, if you call on your ancestors, you call on yourself, you're good at it. Right? Which means your great ancestor was a mathematician or a scientist. You have the genes and the cells in you. But by the birth now, you had to evolve the ancestral gene that in you to be conscious to bring it alive.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right? Because
you reiterate what I'm talking about. That's what I said.
you have to bring it alive.
I'm talking everything you're saying.
You got to speak to it.
All he's doing is just, reiterating what I said. He's right on it. He's confirming. He's confirming what I
Right?
said.
It's just like to call on your ancestors, the great mathematician that was. And just to awake the cells in you, because those living, as you say, cells are memory. So you got to make that mathematics or scientific cells in you from your ancestors. We may not know who's a scientist. And call upon that cells in you to come alive because it's in you.
Right.
So it's really ancestors, they really call them on a technical sense because it's in you to breathe and to bring it to life. Because it is there.
Activate those.
It's activated
Wake up.
to wake up.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
They are the conscious, you may not know my name, but just to know that they exist and it's in you. Just to breathe, to do as they say, and to breathe in exist and to call it to wake up. So that is the part where the ancestors come out, and some people now have it as a ceremony. But some people do it without knowledge. They just show it without definition.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
just do it without definition.
Right. Yeah, the ceremony is fine, but you don't even have to do the ceremony.
Right.
Because
Right.
you just broke it.
If you're doing it, you're not.
Yeah. We're making the ceremony a big thing.
No,
That's-
an example.
Well, that's where the power is in the ritual ceremony.
No, an example. In true life, I want to take a test. And somehow, when I was in my mental question, I had no way of doing it because this thing was too difficult. But I remember that, listen, somewhere down the line, I know I had great ancestors that did mathematics and science, chemistry in Egypt. But I know this cells is in me. So I decided, as I say, good, and speak, and call out those ancestors, those that come alive to wake up. And let me be aware of the mathematical question. And you don't believe that I just happen to do it. But I feel it's me, I feel it says the knowledge that them operating, and I end up doing it without knowing that I got it right.
let me respond to something. I'll get to you. All right. So you invoke the thoughts.
Yeah.
Now, see, calling on, really